In the heart of Maharashtra, in the town of Ratnagiri, a future leader was born on July 23, 1856. His name was Keshav Gangadhar Tilak, but the world would come to know him as Bal Gangadhar Tilak. He was born into a Brahmin family, where tradition and learning were very important. His father, Gangadhar Tilak, was a school teacher and a scholar of Sanskrit. From a young age, Tilak was surrounded by books and stories from ancient Indian texts. These stories of brave heroes and wise kings filled his mind with pride for his country's history. He grew up listening to the tales of the Mahabharata and the Ramayana, which taught him about duty, justice, and courage. Tilak was a very bright and curious child. He had a strong sense of what was right and wrong, and he was never afraid to speak his mind. Even as a boy, he showed a rebellious spirit against anything he felt was unjust. He was known for his honesty and his fearless nature. If he saw something unfair happening, he would challenge it, no matter who was involved. This love for justice and truth became a guiding light for his entire life. His home, filled with traditional Indian values, shaped him into a person who deeply loved his culture and his country. It was here that the first seeds of nationalism were sown in his young heart. As a student, Tilak excelled in his studies, especially in mathematics. His mind was sharp, and he loved solving difficult problems. This skill in logic and reasoning would later help him in his political arguments and writings. He attended Deccan College in Pune, where he earned his Bachelor of Arts degree in 1877. He was part of the first generation of Indian youth to receive a modern, Western-style college education. But unlike many of his peers, who saw this education as a path to a comfortable job with the British government, Tilak had different plans. He wanted to use his knowledge to serve his people and his country. After graduating, Tilak also studied law and earned his LLB degree. A successful career as a lawyer lay before him, a path that would have brought him wealth and status. However, Tilak's heart was not in a legal practice that served the British colonial system. He believed that the real problem facing India was not a lack of lawyers, but a lack of education rooted in Indian values. He felt that true freedom for India would only come when its people were educated and aware of their great heritage. So, he made a bold choice. He decided to dedicate his life to education and to awakening the spirit of nationalism among his fellow Indians. This was a decision that set him on the path to becoming a great leader. Tilak believed that education was the most powerful tool for change. He wanted to create an education system that would inspire young Indians with a sense of self-respect and a love for their country. In 1884, along with his close associates like Gopal Ganesh Agarkar and Vishnu Shastri Chiplunkar, he founded the Deccan Education Society. The goal was to provide high-quality education to the masses at an affordable cost. Soon after, they established Fergusson College in Pune. Tilak taught mathematics at the college, pouring his energy into shaping young minds. He wanted to create a new generation of Indians who were not just educated, but were also proud patriots, ready to work for their nation's freedom. To reach a wider audience, Tilak turned to the power of the press. In 1881, he started two newspapers, Kesari in Marathi and the Maratha in English. These were not just ordinary newspapers that reported the news. They were his voice, a powerful tool to criticize the British government's unjust policies and to awaken the political consciousness of the Indian people. His writing was direct, bold, and fearless. He used simple language in Kesari so that the common people of Maharashtra could understand the issues facing their country. Through his fiery articles, he called for Indians to stand up for their rights and demand self-rule. Tilak's ideas about freedom were very different from the moderate leaders of the Indian National Congress at the time. The moderates believed in asking the British for reforms through petitions and prayers. Tilak found this approach to be weak and ineffective. He famously declared, "Swaraj is my birthright, and I shall have it." This powerful slogan became a mantra for millions of Indians. He argued that freedom was not a gift to be begged for, but a right to be claimed. He was one of the first leaders to demand complete independence or Swaraj from British rule. This assertive and confident approach earned him the title of an extremist leader, part of the famous trio known as Lal Bal Pal. To unite people and spread the message of nationalism, Tilak had a brilliant and innovative idea. He revived and transformed traditional festivals into grand public events. He popularized the celebration of Ganesh Chaturthi, turning it from a private family worship into a large community festival where people gathered for processions, lectures, and patriotic songs. He also started the Shivaji Jayanti celebrations to honor the great Maratha king, Shivaji, as a symbol of resistance against foreign rule. These festivals brought people from all castes and communities together, strengthening their sense of a shared identity and inspiring them with a collective spirit of patriotism and unity. The British government saw Tilak as a dangerous enemy. His powerful words and growing influence made them very nervous. They were looking for any excuse to silence him. In 1897, he was arrested and charged with sedition, which means speaking or writing against the government. The British accused him of inciting violence through his articles in Kesari. During his trial, Tilak stood tall and defended his actions with great courage. He was found guilty and sentenced to 18 months in prison. This was the first of many times he would be jailed for his love for his country. His imprisonment only made him more popular and respected among the Indian people, who saw him as a hero who was sacrificing his freedom for theirs. His most famous and longest imprisonment came in 1908. He was again charged with sedition for his articles defending the revolutionaries who were fighting for India's freedom. This time, he was sentenced to 6 years of harsh imprisonment in Mandalay, Burma, now Myanmar. Far away from his home and his people, in a lonely prison cell, Tilak did not let his spirit break. He spent his time in deep study and writing. It was during these years in Mandalay that he wrote his masterpiece, Srimad Bhagavad Gita Rahasya. In this book, he gave a new interpretation of the Gita, arguing that it taught a philosophy of selfless action, or karma yoga, encouraging people to fight for justice in the world. After his release from prison in 1914, Tilak returned to politics with renewed energy. The political landscape had changed, and new leaders were emerging. Tilak realized that a united front was needed to fight the British. In 1916, he launched the Home Rule League with the powerful slogan, "Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it." The movement aimed to achieve self-rule for India within the British Empire. He traveled across the country, gathering massive support for this cause. In the same year, he played a crucial role in bringing the Indian National Congress and the Muslim League together through the historic Lucknow Pact. This agreement showed that Hindus and Muslims could work together for a common political goal. Tilak and Mahatma Gandhi were two of the greatest leaders of the Indian freedom struggle, but they had different methods. Tilak was a proponent of assertive nationalism. He believed in using all means necessary, including active resistance and pressure, to achieve Swaraj. He did not ask for a violent overthrow, but did not completely rule out assertive action. Gandhi, on the other hand, based his entire movement on the principles of ahimsa and satyagraha. While Tilak was the fire that ignited the passion for complete independence, Gandhi was the force that channeled that passion into a nationwide mass movement based on non-violent resistance. Tilak prepared the ground for the mass struggle that Gandhi would later lead. Bal Gangadhar Tilak, the Lokmanya, or the beloved leader of the people, passed away on August 1, 1920. His death marked the end of an era. The entire nation mourned the loss of the man who had awakened them from their slumber. Over 200,000 people joined his funeral procession in Mumbai, a testament to the immense love and respect he commanded. Mahatma Gandhi, who saw him as a great guide, called him the maker of modern India. Jawaharlal Nehru, India's first Prime Minister, admired him as the father of the Indian Revolution. His life was a continuous saga of struggle, sacrifice, and unwavering dedication to the cause of India's freedom. Tilak's legacy is not just in his political achievements, but in the very spirit he infused into the Indian people. He taught them to be proud of their heritage, to stand up for their rights, and to demand freedom without fear. He was a scholar, a philosopher, a journalist, and a mass leader, all rolled into one. His newspapers, Kesari and the Maratha, became a model for nationalist journalism. His book, Gita Rahasya, continues to inspire readers with its message of dynamic and selfless action. He was a pioneer who laid the foundation upon which the later freedom movement was built. He transformed the freedom struggle from a small elite movement into a mass movement. Today, Bal Gangadhar Tilak is remembered as the Lion of Maharashtra and one of the most important figures in India's history. His slogan, "Swaraj is my birthright, and I shall have it," still echoes in the heart of every Indian, a timeless reminder of the value of freedom and self-determination. He showed that true leadership comes from courage, conviction, and an unbreakable connection with the people. His life story is a powerful lesson in patriotism and self-sacrifice. He lived and died for the dream of a free and self-reliant India, a dream that continues to inspire generations. The fire of nationalism that Tilak ignited never went out. It grew into a massive flame that eventually led to India's independence in 1947. His contributions are woven into the fabric of modern India. He taught the nation the importance of Swadeshi and the power of mass mobilization, long before they became central to the freedom movement. Bal Gangadhar Tilak was more than just a leader. He was an institution. His life's work remains a guiding light, reminding us that the fight for justice and freedom requires immense courage, unwavering belief, and a heart that beats for the nation. His legacy is a treasure that India will forever cherish.